Yimpat, a player I'm excited to see come alive.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jimmy. We'll see how Jimmy does here.
Just treat the J like a Y.
I'll give it my best.
And drop the H.
16 years young.
Very young, yeah. And I love the confidence in the organization. Every time there's a conversation, I see them in the Reddit thread saying, oh, he'll be good. Don't worry, he'll be good. They have a lot of faith in the young man.
And a decent track record of dealing with younger players.
True.
This team now, majority from the academy roster at one point or another. Frozen, as we always joke about. It's not a joke, it's quite true, but we always are surprised about being the young veteran.
Chev and J-Raz on the observing goodness as well. Those guys are great. They carry me often.
This is an interesting setup that we have available here. Apex with flashes at the ready, contact up, smoke and flashes, and away they go.
Yeah, this is the new addition to Vitality, struggling to find that first headshot, and Yazaiwu will demonstrate how it's done. As will flameZ completely repel the invaders. They dip their toe in the water, and it's scorching hot.
Yeah, that went perfect, right? You can see those flashes Apex was throwing a little bit closer there to deal as they push into pool, and now in a 3-on-5, number disadvantage. MOUZ scampering quickly up towards A. Up the short side, into Sphinx and Magisk here.
Yeah, I mean, Magisk, clean as you like. 2 from the Dane. Job done. This is a spotless pistol from Vitality. And Frozen finds himself in an impossible situation. The desk discussing it, saying that Vitality, as a team, you know, they feel like there is MOUZ are going to be respected by Vitality. They'll have to have done their preparation. Do you think so as well, or do you think Vitality still would categorize this as a team that they can kind of beat leisurely?
I think the players in the roster, right, you look at a Frozen, you look at an Exertion, they're very exciting pieces to me, and that was before the break as well. Torgy's the biggest question mark. It's been touched on a bunch of times here about, hey, was he going to get replaced? Does he stick with the team? Well, he sticks with the team and has seemingly at this event been unleashed back with Shui as the in-game leader. Right, this is when we had Torgy come on our screens, Katowice. It was like, okay, yeah, he's an aggressive AWPer, he's very flashy. You and I were casting a game, he's jumping down on Nuke, you know, he's getting all this mad stuff done. And then it kind of simmered out a little bit. So the question marks are around Shui, but he is having, around Torgy, but he is having a fantastic event. Or let's say a better event than normal, right? And if he can keep that up, we know how important and impactful AWPers can be. But in terms of the favorites, I would have Vitality quite heavy favorites in this, or they should be. And I understand yesterday's game, right? It was a 2-0. We got to cover it off. It was their opening match. They played Anubis. That was their map choice. It got a little bit closer there versus OG. OG's another team who we had Vitality as the favorite against. Now, this is a team that have made a change, and it's a change that is meant to be one for the future. It's not meant to impede them in the now, as we will see them just farm up this Glock Eco top mid. Everybody's staying alive. Beautiful stuff from Vitality. So, yeah, look, if Vitality can win in close fashion, that's job done. Right now, they don't have to play their best CS. You need to play your best CS when, hey, you're being pushed,
when it's required,
in your semis and your grand finals. And here's an opportunity to get yourself in that quarter or semi. So going through the motions, and I feel that there's a bit of a different energy with Vitality today compared to yesterday, right? We saw Apex and flameZ. They were joking around a bit, making some noise earlier. It's not that the energy was down yesterday. It's just I think they knew they just had to take care of business.
Let's see what the first fight is. Dispatching 3. Towards B for Vitality. They're starting off lighter on A. Smoke deep down Banana. And it's Shui calling the shots on the first gunny. Let's see if there's a first taste of victory early for MOUZ.
Yeah, you can understand why they don't want to get stuck into this one straight away. With the bonus guns carried through, the SMG is more likely to be aggressive. Not the case here for Vitality out the gate. So calling one another's bluff here. Both teams holding on to U2 after the early exchanges. Traditionally in Banana, we see the back and forth, the mollies, the nades, everything. Right now, nothing.
Not even an exchange. I mean, they throw that deep Banana smoke, and of course they just say, fine, we'll wait it out. There could be anything behind it. Now walking through, Shui's cleared his corners. Logs clear. Banana process begins.
But just look how many nades they've been able to hold on this CT side. Still have 4 smokes remaining, mollies, couple flashes, HGs. They can really stall MOUZ out here if they're going to opt with this slower play style. So good economy of utility here from Vitality. Now regrouping in Banana, leaving Jimmy to lurk, it looks like. 4 congregated. Exertion joins the tail of this pack, and Torgy to set them up. A couple of smokes, and the one flash is going to have to be a good one.
Yeah, it's working perfectly timing-wise. The smoke, admittedly, they'll have to go through it if they want to benefit from the timing. It is just 2 MP9s. 2 MP9s. And with the smoke long side, they've kept the 3 boots planted. Apex, well timed on the incendiary. They are starting to commit through. Shui very low on HP, extinguished through. This is their commitment. And yet nothing. Only Exertion with a headshot. Torgy good for it as well. The B defense falls. And so does the Vitality defense. There's no way ZywOo and Spinks are going to give this one a look in. A UMP, do you really want to throw all of those resources in? Magisk still hanging out at CT spawn, and ZywOo's just throwing the fishing rod into the water.
Well, there's a kit here highlighted, 2 actually on the side. If they have a look with this UMP as ZywOo and they can crack on in, maybe they give it a crack yet.
He's just, you know, the rod is in the water, as an Australian man once taught me. He's just seeing if there's a nibble.
Yeah, it looks like a damage name of the game here, but it's crazy with how late that was and how much util the Vitality had left over. They still struggle there. That 3/4 long smoke, a real difference maker as ZywOo peeks his head around the corner. Exertion will take that off for free, and almost a lineup on more. Spinks and Magisk to get away with this, and we've got quite the Israeli representation here today, right? We now have Spinks and flameZ on the same side of the server, but Exertion here, you whack Nerds in, we've almost got their dream team, right?
For real, for real.
So those are 3 very impactful players that you'll be hearing us scream and shout about today. But that's MOUZ getting on the board early here, and very slow stuff. And you'd be happy with that if you're an in-game leader, right? You didn't need a player to crack in with anything crazy. Just stroll on in, execute, take your time, stick to your guns, trade out. Mentioned difficult for them to retake here, but with these saved guns, can get the purchase back out here. ZywOo with the AWP posted quite aggressively, flashed off the line. Just stalling out towards second mid. You'll see this Molotov come into play quite often here. Slows down the way that the T's are able to take that map control. Can't get Boiler and Hall simultaneously as they want to apply a bit of pressure earlier here. Shui with a long smoke. Oh, it's actually Arch, so flubbing his nades right there. ZywOo will get the block out eventually.
Yeah, and in time, I say that, but they are just going to strafe in, and that's what he was waiting for. Shui punished, flash provided, and it's not stopping anyone else. It's just ZywOo's world here on long, and ooh, he spots the tips of the fingers there. Yimpact does connect with the nade though, and Frozen spotted out in bomb retrieval zone. Apex is laughing at him. Swings through library and will collect. Looks good for Vitality here to regain control. Double from Apex leaves Yimpact with 3 HP and no hope in the world. What do you reckon MOUZ's intentions were with that? Just kind of hope, I mean...
I'm not sure if they spotted that AWP early because ZywOo didn't shoot, right?
You just saw a smoke, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So they were obviously trying to pressure the long side and wrap onto A here. But again, maybe they weren't expecting that AWP. I'm not sure if they caught the glimpse of ZywOo there with that mid-flash. So by pushing into, I guess, the lion's den.
Yeah,
you know, the AWP and long, synonymous.
And they didn't even look flashed. You know, like he had a flash come from pit. Like I didn't see them doing the dance. He still killed them all, you know, but it just looked like ZywOo was doing it hard on the hard mode.
But I think, you know, MOUZ in the last round just waited an awful lot, right? And then they went very, very late. A little bit of a pace change here, right? It wasn't straight out the gates, but it was on a bit of a time delay. So maybe hoping to catch the rotations off guard because we know a lot of teams like to start 3B heavy. And if you can beat that, if you can have that long player who's rotating back in, get stuck towards CT Arch, CT spawn, you can isolate them. But there you go, Vitality back into the winning ways, and with only 1 casualty there. And that was through Jimmy Nade out the apartment. So
I've got a fun fact for you, Chad.
Is it about Jimmy?
It's statistical as well. I know I don't often get statisticular.
Okay. Hit me with your best shot.
Here it is. ZywOo has got the opening kill in every round Vitality have won so far.
Damn, okay. Well,
just a correlation. It's a small one. I understand we are 4 rounds into the game.
With ZywOo, it could be the cause as
could
well,
be something,
right?
yeah. Could be something worth checking out.
Especially
keeping tabs upon.
If he wants to keep this one jarring.
Yeah.
So Magisk with that molly again. And quite aggressive here. This is a setup we actually see G2 run quite often.
But side by side, right? Or do you eventually mantle up to the boost if you want to peek in?
It's just a very, well, you can do a smoke in there and one way over the top of it as well. But I think in this situation, because you have 1 looking boiler, 1 looking halls, and as they come over the top, the pre-aim, right, it's going to be hard to get it right for these 2 different angles.
And then ZywOo's job is just to make sure they can't be shot in the back.
Yeah, and if they do team up middle and try and come through the short side, then they can just turn around and mow them down here, right?
Okay.
So it's also one of these situations where a lot of teams like to do apartment pops on these lighter buys, and Magisk sees a few here, spams, and gets nothing done. Are they prepared for Spinks?
A funky one now. Yeah, trying for that AK. Torji loses his life. Just into Spinks, not expecting a second where they just eliminated Magisk. I say that though, despite the absence of armor and health, if they could get a bomb plant as they vacate the site, it's a gift. Apex, he just walked away with ZywOo. Now the smoke can go down. The bomb can too.
Oh, the nade would have been good.
And he lost his head as well. This started as a minor fumble. An easy to dismiss Magisk spray through mid, caught out and deeged out. Now Spinks' double might not be enough.
ZywOo has a molly for the pit here. And flameZ has now made his way over towards the arch side. Smoke towards Moto should be fading shortly. On the jump, his position going to be given up. Bomb, about 10 seconds gone here. 30 remaining, and there are kits in play. There's that molly.
Oh, and that's the fight he was looking for. Exertion doesn't fall. Finish onto flameZ. Some Israeli action now. flameZ. Oh, falls to flameZ as well. He saves them there, and yeah, you can see Apex like that one.
A lot better energy today, right? This is the game for all the marbles. This will get you straight into that Lanxess. Quarters or semi, that'll be up for debate tomorrow, but this match means it all because if you drop to the lower bracket in Group B, it's a very, very scary round. So massive stuff from flameZ there. And we will see a timeout taken from Cyclone, the coach of MOUZ.
ZywOo starting that round off with a lovely AWP shot into Shui as you saw him round that corner through mid. 4-0 in opening duels as it stands for Mr. Elbow.
And we are getting yells from the other end of the hall here. You have NIP taking on Astralis. That's going to be a heated affair.
I think so.
You can check that one out on esl.gg/twitch-a. That's brought to you by Scrawny and Launders. So there's that opening. And yeah, this wasn't the full investment here from MOUZ, right? So we'll be able to get the buyout now, especially aided by this plant that came through.
Wow, lovely work out of flameZ.
And the thing with flameZ, he knows exertion quite well. Like I remember talking to him about something like ancient top mid red smoke fades. Like, yeah, we worked it out together. There's a lot of details when these guys get to play against each other. They've probably spoken a lot about the CS's boost. Oh, over the top here. Should we going to spam through? Spinks is down.
Well, stomaching an opening death. Spinks, gone.
That won't be a ZywOo opener in this one, will it? You can see them trying to get tricky with it, continue this aggression, continue to look for opening picks, and maybe understandably so, because when they allowed MOUZ to just sit back and then execute late, MOUZ had success with that. Now that they're in the number disadvantage scenario, they will have to turn to ZywOo's AWP here, currently still posted on the line. And very limited flak damage done with that HE. Over towards A, Apex and Magisk are going to have to seem a little bit bigger than they are. You want to deter them from mid in this Hall's approach. Try and force them into these two players on this B side. And ZywOo still trained at the ready.
Trusting his aim with
the
such
flash.
a tight gap. Still tags up Shui. flameZ needs to react. High flashes in support as well. Rotation through from Apex. flameZ looking to finish the job. He's getting pressure from multiple angles. Still manages to find one. But ZywOo's getting pushed. Great shot onto flameZ. How did they not catch him? He's still posted up. He's a threat. A perpetual threat at the back of the site. Apex squandered the push through the smoke. Still ZywOo hits more shots. Torji finally puts him to rest, but the damage is done. A 1 versus 2. Oh. Yimpat's been spotted. Magisk aware. 2 to find. He's been spotting. I think he's got an idea of both. Yimpat actually reaggresses off of that info, and MOUZ will convert the opening. Shui catching off one in mid. And MOUZ, yeah, that's their second taste of victory here on Inferno. The first map, sure, but this is a very important battle for the MOUZ Sports squad.
Yeah, you see here, flameZ getting caught by Apex's flash, and it was calm there. You could hear Apex screaming that it was coming in, so just a bit of a mistiming. flameZ could have got an awful lot more done there if the timing was a little bit better, but ZywOo, try as he might, was not enough in the B bomb site. That's where MOUZ have picked up both of their rounds in this T campaign so far. So from fired up Apex to frustrated Apex, and now this time a bit more pep in the step. Sandbag volley flashes. This is pressure now over towards B once more. flameZ, Spinks, and Apex to deal with this now.
Couldn't have top banana any quicker. Shui's already investigating. They're asking questions.
He's ahead of this.
And he's going ahead.
Committed
Scared. Now. flameZ, aware he's got nothing to report. So Shui is flirting with some hyper-aggression, but I think that's what he was hoping for. He pulls what little remained out of this international squad.
Yeah, that's important, right? This early B pressure, if teams are going to hold on to smokes in these type of rounds, they're going to block you late. But by applying that much pressure early, now they're on high alert, and they also have the lion's share of the defenses over towards B. Again, it will just be 2 players to defend this A side. Magisk towards the balcony and ZywOo in transition, but both have M4s. That could be the difference maker here.
Walking up, long smokes are in. Exertion to be the entry point. Good for it onto ZywOo. Magisk holds on, strong double. Oh, dings Torji. It may not be enough.
flameZ has a HE as well. Torji has to be careful here.
Apex, oh my lord, the damage. Puts Torji on 9, didn't finish it off. Now the bomb makes things awkward. Yimpat, great util. Oh no, it's not his, it's CT util. And the bomb is on the other side of that smoke, so really uncomfortable. That's what I was expecting to see. Smoke of his own design, expecting spam. Got to be dynamic, and actually a single bullet
There's
is
no
all
time
you
for
need.
this though, right? They're not going to want to take this risk to run through the grey screen to give up the order. This is crazy here and spamming through the smoke, giving the traces up.
Yeah, what's he
Impact
supposed
goes
to do?
down, and now Torji has to save. It looked like, considering the weapon disparity right there and the side that they picked to hit, it might be good. ZywOo goes down first. Magisk gets 2 and a dink. That's why Torji's low. But well handled here, and that one's going to feel good. Getting it done with that lighter investment, or the lighter weaponry. Vitality will get back to that 3-round lead.
Yeah, and that's like a, admittedly quite quick, but a 4v5 advantage squandered.
This is curious, right? Because you see a good position for Magisk to take this fight, and ZywOo actually took the fight first from Tallbox. And I guess they wanted to take that fight together. They didn't really worry about short or apps too much, but great impact there from Magisk as the pit player. He did his job and more there, as they have saved this AWP, so you need to be aware of the openers that Torji may want to provide here. Full banana control taken, spins all the way down towards logs. Has flameZ alongside for the ride, so completely clear.
Good gift.
Oh, did they just silently boost Torji up in towards the boiler room with the AWP? So this is not traditionally a position you would see the AWP want to find, but knowing that Vitality are expecting the lighter investment, that is ridiculous. ZywOo, what did you see there? Whoa!
Whoa!
Dink and a flick for being so quick. Thank you very much, Torji.
Should be fine for this Vitality defense, unless Torji's 2 HP AWP can keep racking them up. ZywOo, comfortable. Out for his A defense, he does clean it up neat and tidy. Apex definitely trying to keep the voice high.
But we heard from him in the interview talking about the Cologne Grand Finals. Obviously hasn't lifted one. I think he's been in 3 in total. One of them being online. So whether you count that or not, I'll allow you to discern that.
That's a nice rare proc.
Yeah, nice 1.5 there. Cheating Death. See how many of you are as old as me. Do you remember Cheating Death? Let me know.
I want to know what How to Play said. When they clicked How to Play, you know, was it talking about jiggle peaks and info gathering?
No, back then it was just telling you which bomb site to go to, I think.
Yeah, okay. Plant the bomb before the time runs out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still trying to work out the game mode. In,
to be fair, G2 are still working that out as well.
Oh, dear. Okay, well, an AWP again, and back to this more slow crawl. It is wild to me that Vitality are willing to stay 3 players B early, right? When traditionally you see 3 players B, you want to fight for banana control. So they're just staying Spinks jiggling long, Magisk anchoring pit, Torji boosting over smokes. They went for the top banana retake, and it was countered, but there's still 2 players here.
Yeah, they're trying to punish the early pick, but
they have to find.
flameZ starts to unload his magazine, and he brings pain down range 3 from flameZ. ZywOo, oh, the patience is profitable.
Oh, and that flash as well. Stylish work there. The impact. White screen, dropping back, going to be running in this low HP, straight into the warm embrace of Mr. Magisk. Welcome to the big league, son. I want that gun out in your hand. And Zonic also making some noise. Birthday boy yesterday, along with Saw, Mr. Jacob Pimp Vinicky. It's his birthday today. It's the birthday month at the moment, 31st of July. Flying through this year and flying through the timeouts. 2 now for MOUZ. If they can salvage, well, salvage, I think it might be a little bit early for that, but if MOUZ can get themselves 4 or 5 rounds here on this T-half, I think she would be more than content with that, but this is the type of start that you want to see from Vitality. As mentioned yesterday against OG, they didn't need to be in championship form. Today against MOUZ, you can put them away. Think about it, you also get all these matches done in 2-0 fashion, Alex. You don't have to show a lot of your map pool. Coming out of the break, newer rosters, what are you practiced? Well, keep people in the dark for as long as you can. Maybe have a pocket strat or 2 that you can keep for the deeper matches, the playoff matches.
And in 9 rounds of play, that opening duel statistic still quite juicy for ZywOo. He has taken part in 6 of those 9 rounds of play and successful at 5, just a single opening death. And we saw him with a closing kill there onto Exertion. So he's looking comfortable. And you could say the whole of Vitality squad is really.
Oh, yeah.
flameZ in particular has had his moment in the spotlight. Magisk as well as that pit anchor. And it might be Apex's turn this time around.
Nothing half-wall. He's about to
Diligent.
clear that out. Yeah, just making sure that there's no hijinks going on with some of these pistols. Deep nade. Only a bit of flak damage there to frozeN. We have 1 flash remaining here on Torji. And as he continues to sit towards T-stairs, that won't be necessary just yet. ZywOo with the hardest of angles on that AWP, a boost back of B, and you can see the CT setup. Perfectly placed across the map to deal with anything.
That's quite the angle, isn't it? He just wants the info. Just wants it safely. Doesn't want to be caught out by any 1Ds. Players, no slouches. And he gets the confirmation. That's what Spinks was waiting for. The call from Zywoo.
There's the flash.
Yeah, Spinks, good wise to the tricks. Throws out a nade instead. I'm trying to keep them at arm's length, and a lovely spray out of Magisk has achieved just that. That's what we're talking about, though. They can still hit their shots. So Vitality, they're managing this very well. They're not taking engagements that don't favor them or can't be traded, and still MOUZ have milked it for 2. Nearly 3, considering the angle on Magisk. Down to just 10 HP, but he leaves with 3, and Vitality up to 8. So magnificent scenes.
Yeah, they just need to win 1.5 rounds here, and they'll be able to deal a decent blow to Vitality's money. Because as you're pointing out, with these pistols, still grabbing a couple of kills, that's great as far as the damage is concerned. You don't want to be going into these rounds and getting blanked. We saw what happened to Liquid when they were in the play-ins, right? They had these matches where they just had these big sprees of rounds where they weren't doing any damage on the lighter buys or with the saved guns, and it really comes back to haunt you down the stretch as far as the economy is concerned. But what will the change-up be? Does Shui want a bit more pace here?
On and 10.
Yeah, you can see here an in-game leader like him, one that likes to take space. If he's struggling in the frag department here, it does hurt, because if he can't get the room he's looking for or the calls he's making don't land, then he needs to start turning his attention elsewhere. Hope that he can set some of his players up to crack into these scenarios.
And those players, I mean, you know, they are chock-a-block full of talent. It's no doubt that frozeN is on the fast track to being a superstar. Some of the performances he's already put up in Cologne, embodying that. You've got torji, of course, in a rise to form, and then you add in a Yimpad and yet Exertion. There is definitely a conversation, but right now it's not quite being had, at least not by MOUZ. 2 to boast on this T side of Inferno. A progression match to the playoffs.
They're trying to split onto A here again. You can see all these smokes littered across long. It's the T smoke that's the 3/4 smoke. It means Arch is a possibility as Exertion. Trying to duck and dodge some of these speculative shots coming through the smoke here.
They're in such the perfect position to hold this, though. Their defense is not being fooled by any stretch of the imagination, and Zywoo's not going to let that go. Exertion walks in, and Magisk will catch another. This is Shui's 11th death handed to him.
Oh, and a TK with a nade right there, from bad to worse here. frozeN takes out torji. Magisk with another kill onto Mr. Jimmy, and it is just frozeN.
Time out.
Do you take your third already? Really? I don't think you take your third already.
They're just feeling so flat. That's a gun round. Slipping through their fingers. I didn't catch that. What did he say?
He killed his teammate.
Yeah, he killed his teammate. What did he do?
Well, right now, MOUZ are getting a little bit of space, but then they're just hoping their players are able to contact and hit shots. It's not happening. It's not happening right now. And this is where you need to turn to something maybe a bit more execute heavy, a bit more pacey. And okay, I guess you were right. They do want to take their third time out. I think Cyclone's feeling what you're feeling. It's pretty flat out there today.
Like, it's like, this is a kind of a timeout that admittedly, you know, it doesn't make sense with how, what, a 12th round
and the finances. Next, it's going to be a partial buy. Right. But maybe they have a pocket strat.
Yeah, but in terms of the kind of the psychological aspect of this half, if this ends with just 2 to boast for MOUZ, then you may as well not be playing that second half.
I think there's, if we compare to yesterday's matchup, Fnatic versus ENCE, a similar situation. Winner of that match went through to the Lanxess, right? They were the first team to qualify. Fnatic, we were impressed by the form that they had shown in the play-ins and the group stage thus far, right? We were like, wow, okay, this was a roster that everybody slept on. Didn't think it was great changes, pretty mediocre to be honest. And wow, they performed well. Afro looking good, Dexter calling up a good game, Mezzy hitting shots, Roy looking deathmatchy. You know, Crims being the experienced member of this team. Well, with MOUZ, they went through the play-in without dropping a map. Best of 1, best of 3, easy.
Their CT setup is so dynamic, man. Every time off the rip, Vitality have always mixed it up. You know, in terms of if I'm Shui trying to pinpoint where the setup is, they're doing it very quickly, very efficiently.
I think as well, without this pace, up top mid, without any pace as well, Vitality haven't had to be moving around the map too quickly, though. They get to pick their opener and then wait, and nothing really happens. They haven't been punished for going for these 3-man B lanes. It's pretty common to see that, right? But it's not like MOUZ have been able to find that gap and go, oh, we get the long kill, we worm in, we get this space. It just hasn't been working like that for them so far. The rounds that they picked up were both rounds over towards B, and the first one came very, very late. And it was against the bonus round. So that's even showing you how bleak this can be. They're up mid now. Yeah, they have found the gap.
Yeah, the gap that Magisk is holding for the A defense, but Spinks is to address the arch slip, and there is a pick. There is a rifle, and an equalizing frag. frozen, whipped, and flameZ catching
He
Impact.
should go back to B now, flameZ. Apex can block them here. They're going to have to jump through. Time.
20 seconds, yeah, use that Tech 9, and off the flash, he knows what's up. Oh, Torji gives them something to talk about. They're so low, but that site is theirs. They will extend play. ZywOo, is he ready for Shui? That off angle looks like it's been overlooked, and yep, he'll profit. Lovely catch from MOUZ, just as we talk about it. And off the back of their third timeout, they will be leaving with their third round.
And they found the gap that they hadn't previously been able to, right? They were able to get up through long. Spinks caught off guard, didn't catch the timing. Apex should have had a kill there.
Yeah.
And he knows it. He knows he should have had at least one frag there. Once he drops that smoke, he didn't even need to play ahead of it. Could have opted to play more turtled up, but he should have had them dead to rights. I don't mind the play. I don't hate the option that he went for in that moment, but you can see with the low HP here, should have bowled one, probably two over. So this one, I won't say MOUZ were given it. They definitely had to work hard to put themselves in positions like this to catch them off guard, but shouldn't have been 3 players. Oh, make it 2.
Wait.
Make it. Oh, okay. Make it 2 and a saved AWP staying alive. That one's going to feel good. And to be honest, doesn't matter how you get your rounds, just as long as you get them. Apex, though, he's going to be asking some real questions of his aim in the previous, because now he only has 3,200 smackaroos. Will be needing to ask for a loan from teammate Magisk here, and they're going to call a timeout. That's probably just to reassure one another, hey, look, there was this gap. We know we should have won this round, missed a couple of shots. It's okay.
Lost.
Yep, and we can now quickly fix this problem, but it does give another opportunity to Cyclone to get back on the mic and make better of this half. If he doesn't have to make another timeout, but still gets to call the strategy going forward, he just had one that worked. Let's go again. I know this is a Vitality timeout here, but let's see if it can help out the MOUZ boys, because we'd love to see them make this a competitive affair here today. Don't want Vitality just waltzing in towards those playoffs of IEM Cologne 2023 without being tested.
This is the Apex death. Lots of damage inflicted, but combined with flameZ's, it was, I think, third for MOUZ. And yeah, you said it doesn't matter how you get them, so long as you get them.
Exactly.
1-9-3 up. Lots of extra util going to be dropped out. I'll be coming back for that. Nice little cachet.
Well, they're going to be starting only with Apex and flameZ over towards B here, so they have gone for a bit more of a standard setup as util is being donated. A half-wall molly to slow out any banana progression here, and they've gone for that logged smoke. So this is quite dangerous for somebody like frozen to Brave, but with utility of his own, a flash at the ready, he has taken this half-wall space. A very nice exchange here from MOUZ, and look at the pressure that they feel they're under. That's not the case whatsoever. But that's dropping out that smoke so early. It's
a product of frozen's, will. Sticking around ahead of that, throwing out nades of his own design. Spinks is forward in mid.
Yeah, that won't touch him at all.
And he wants to go. Yeah, that is hyper-aggressive. 3 down, Vitality wreck house.
I love that, though, because, teams from that bench area position in mid, that's where they're doing their mid-take utility. Long smoke, off the skybox molly, the flash was even at the ready, and Spinks was one step ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's not willy-nilly. It's definitely coordinated, but that's the kind of death that you just start going, what is he doing? Why are they doing this? They just fought through mid as the defense.
I don't like this here. Apex not ready for the walk-in. You could see him. He was on the jiggle, but it just felt like he was going through the paces, not actually ready for the fight. Now flameZ back a site segregated. If Frozen can find this, 35 seconds and they're in.
Time to overlook flameZ. He hasn't actually seen it. Apex is going to get a horrible jump scare. But maybe that means they overlook him completely.
Oh, they're coming.
They're coming for him. Still only the one. Shui, can you come up? Clutch plants on the mountain side. It's ZywOo from Banana. Magisk with the flash and the info. And so ZywOo's eye to the scope. Avoids the flash. A chance, but Magisk closes. And a 10th secure for Vitality.
Yeah, but another round that shouldn't have gotten as close as it did, right? And you see what I'm saying here about Apex. He's not focusing on his crosshair, right? He's playing to block and defend and play for info. And that classically happens with in-game leaders, right? You tend to be on the bigger picture. But you could tell that wasn't really ready for them to contact in. And his entire job was to provide information and a distraction for flameZ here. This was the push that essentially secured the round just as MOUZ was starting to work on this mid control. That's been a bit of a jump scare there for Apex, and they will eventually trade out flameZ and get down the bomb. That's great for MOUZ in the finance department here. But Vitality will get themselves up to double digits, and remember, this is the map choice of MOUZ. Coming up next, we have Mirage, and if we need it, Nuke is that third and decider. Aggressive here. Change from the CTs.
Oh, then it's punished. Frozen, just a speculative bullet into Spinks. Gone now. Apex could be the next victim, and it's covered by Magisk. Now he falls, And it requires Magisk to build a whole lot of more out of that. It's a 2-2 division of this 4-man advantage. Not anymore. Magisk has just cleared out B. Both of them down.
Easy, wasn't it?
He is having a game.
Yeah, and the confidence that he had because flameZ just rotated over towards B as well. So Magic's like, well, if I go down, there's another body here. Maybe I lull them into this bomb site. He just kept pushing, kept fighting, and MOUZ not ready for that as the bomb. In the smoke, the flash forward, they will be able to pick it up and get away on exertion here. But guess who they have to deal with over towards A? In the pit, ZywOo with his AWP.
He's ready for it.
It's contact into an orb, Alex.
Yeah, well, they probably weren't expecting. Hang on, wait. Magisk was B. And ZywOo, he's comfortable here on A. I like the angle exertion's finding. ZywOo not going to be ready for it. I say that as the no-scopes hit. Adjusts. And it is 11 already. A great haul here from Vitality. This was MOUZ's pick. You know, I mean, I can imagine finding a veto against Vitality is not always fun.
Well, they don't really know what losing feels like, especially on LAN. Now, this MOUZ roster, when they first came together, I was watching some of their online matches. I think it was for the G8 qualifier, if I remember rightly. I was watching them on Overpass. So I just wanted to see what Yimfad had to offer within the team, right? He was a younger name, and he seemed to hold his own online. Now, I'm not critiquing his performance here, but I am stating the fact that MOUZ on LAN are yet to lose.
Okay.
So for them, this is going to be a different feeling. They've had 2 victories on Nuke, 1 on Inferno, 1 on Overpass, and 1 on Ancient. So that just shows you, again, where we are at the season. At the start, new rosters, smaller sample sizes, a new in-game leader. I did this same conversation with Fnatic because it is going to change the identity and the way they approach the game. This time, they will get the mid control. It's a long pressure again here. Spins towards Library. ZywOo in the site. Magisk headshot once again.
Lots of communication mode to MOUZ for both squads. They're wrapping in. Is it really going to be a ZywOo opener in pursuit of a 12? Misses this one. Magisk will react, turns the flash, does need to control the spray and shoot. He's gone. Oh, Magisk definitely came to play today.
They're just blocking them so well. They're always funneled into death. It doesn't even feel like MOUZ have the advantage in too many of these duels.
There's nothing. And Apex was holding that CT spawn. He's let that one slip past. Spinks, fortunately, will tend to the mistake. We want to Torji as well from that long side. flameZ to activate. Perhaps they're going to overlook him. And ZywOo, clotheslined by flameZ in the 1v3. Now 2. flameZ detached from Magisk, both on either extremity on those bomb sites. And flameZ's got 30 seconds to try and work this out. A smoke as well. Perhaps could use that to obscure and facilitate a plant. Will he clear Magisk, though? I think he will. No, into the site and planting safe. Magisk holds his walk key. flameZ looking for answers. Smoke grenade. And info! Wow, Magisk. Cool head on his shoulders. Another multi-kill round. 3 in total. And that is 12 on the board. A very impressive defense from Team Vitality. Already 4 away from taking their opponent's pick.
Good move because I got to join Fnatic out of it, and
so for you, what's the best move out there?
Much better place in team, so and I got to do my own thing.
Hello and welcome to the Big Shuffle. I'm excited about this because there's been a whole lot of very exciting roster moves. I mean, we did have roster mania, as we can see, Chewy's in a MOUZ jersey, and we're here to hopefully get to hear your guys' opinions. Not necessarily here, maybe see. You can see the playing cards in their hands. They'll be telling us how exciting they are by the value of the card for the changes. What do we guys think about Chewy to MOUZ?
Yeah, that's a joker.
Yeah, no comment.
I mean, I'm not answering that one.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
I
think it's an ace.
It's already, but
it's an ace.
It's an ace. Couldn't be better, you know.
My man.
It's an ace. I think it's good. It's good for them. For making.
Yeah, it should be exciting for the players.
Yeah. I don't know about the ace, but King for sure. Shoes showed a lot of promise in Game of Legion, and especially with Gympad coming into MOUZ. I think that lineup is honestly scary.
Obviously, a lot of them do have experience, like flameZ, even though he's like only 20, but he's been playing for so long. So.
Yeah.
But I think like just even like in their ages, you know, I think they're not maybe as experienced as all of them, and maybe not as wise just yet, maybe.
Hit us. Okay.
I like to provide my reasoning.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
We have an ace, we have a king.
Yeah, I'll take the king as well.
I
Opinion?
chose ace because it's a good move, because I got the joint fanatic out of it, and
So for you, what's the best move out there?
Much better place in team, so and I got to do my own thing, so it's really good move.
I like to see Gympad actually kind of taking a step up. I think we practice him a little bit as well. I think his individual is insane.
Interesting, alright.
Okay.
Yeah, why? I think they need a lot of time, you know? They have a really young lineup and they can be really scary, but they need a lot of time. So for now, it's really like mid, but maybe with time, we'll see.
We have an ace coming out of Mr. Tapson. King for flameZ. What's the king in for?
I think like in general, like the chemistry will be like really good because they played like with each other for a long time, MOUZ and NXT, right?
I believe also Shu is one of the most upcoming best in-game leader we have in the scene. I think it's the best move MOUZ could have done. But I believe also they will stick together and they will make it work.
What is your calling?
This is a dominating start. If you may have just joined us, you're wondering how on earth we're into the second half already. It's because Vitality, well, they didn't have too many issues with MOUZ on MOUZ's pick, Inferno, and already 12 secure. Apex even taking to his feet and saying, I'm doing it. They're doing it without me.
Yeah, there's a bit of banter before half-time right there, yelling, it's 4v5. They're doing it without me. They don't need me. And they don't really need him at all. Now he can call a couple of strats. Might be a little bit more instrumental in this. He's got 4 kills. The next closest on his team is flameZ with 10. And the odds, I think they're reflecting just how dominant that first half was. MOUZ, we need something. And that's not the start they're looking for. 21 for the Dane now. Magisk continues to rip off heads.
He is
what a
force to be reckoned with here. And then, if that's not enough, you either have to take a fight with Magisk in this form or Zywa with a P250. Torji takes initiative.
Yes, space, sure. Gympad is low here, so even though he's locking down top mid, he's not going to be in a position to help this B execute. And they're, well, now picking up guns. A USP in the hands of Magisk here. Smokes, flashes, and everything else at the ready. CT lands. Shui will have to respect that. Torchi's flank, he has a chance.
When does Apex get timed on that? He's just turned around and now he does tame the first on the Julies, forces them in. Shui doesn't quite finish his meal. They are into the site, but still exertion at the back of it for a moment. Oh, and 3 in quick succession sets Vitality up. Would have to be some clutch from Shui. 3 bullets, is that right? 3 and 3 to find. And that's over for him. Vitality take the pistol, really to confirm how much of a dominating first map this will be.
This has been ownage, right?
Yeah.
You consider the type of rounds that MOUZ won in that first half of play. It was the 3rd round, which was against a bonus round, not even a full buy of Vitality. They did win 1 gun round, and then you move further down the track, they won a round with some Tech 9s and P250s where they had a good timing and pipped a gap over towards long. But Vitality, there's a clear change in the demeanor today. There's a higher intensity. Yesterday was, hey, all right, let's get the ring rust off. Let's get back in the server. I know that they were just at Blast, so they shouldn't have too many issues. But in terms of getting fresh into the tournament when everyone else, especially from the play-in stage, is already acclimatized. And now they know that they are just 2 maps away. Well, 1 and a bit from locking themselves in from the Lanxess. Vitality, they're a championship contending team here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that's something they're really going to be celebrating, just getting to the playoffs. There's a lot more on their agenda, and Magisk, quick work through the smoke, off the flash, there's team play, and then there is leaping through with the MAC-10. A ghost bomb, don't get confused.
They are somewhat confusing, aren't they? Especially in a round when the ghost bomb has been diffused. Yeah. And it's like, well, there's a minute and 33 seconds left on the clock at this juncture.
Let's see. No, we've got 2 of them now. Cool.
Well, which one's the real one? Oh, the one that's pulsating. Yeah, the other one doesn't have a heart.
Havocab.
Well, you know, sometimes words come to me.
Havocab. Shui Gympad
and Torji. Yeah, I can use this as an opportunity to start trying to get
Do
that
the names. So
Torji.
Torji's easy. Torji's easy. That one I can do. Shui.
Shui.
He said he doesn't care, so he Shui to me.
Well, I just think Shuhei sounds silly.
Well, so does doing a Shui. Oh, okay.
You know, like, that's how I'm hearing
okay. It could be it could be the MOUZ's hello. That's how they rock it. Yeah.
Hey guys, yo, Shuhei.
That could be. Oh,
that's not bad.
Actually,
kind of got legs. Actually.
Yeah. Now that we've workshopped it, and look, if we're going to keep in the Australian way of nicknaming players, he's just going to be Jimmy.
You're going to call him Jimmy.
Big Jim.
Jimbo.
Big Jim with the mow down.
Jimbo.
He will love it. He's only 16. But we have time to adapt.
Yeah, but so does he, right? Like Chad.
Well, not if he follows his brother's footsteps. He'll only have a very short time as a professional Counter-Strike player,
but
apparently.
A very exciting player when he showed up.
That's true. A star, we're all excited, they go deep, and
I don't
want
to play anymore.
Disappear. And then you try and get back on that horse, and it turns out the horse is a lot faster than you remember.
Sergei's brother, by the way, for those that are unfamiliar with what we're referencing. And deep run in Kato.
Could be Alu's son.
Yeah.
Actually, could be Natsu's son.
flameZ. That looks like it's destined for some damage, a bit too deep.
But this is really good form, right? I want to talk bigger picture right now because as far as this game has gone, MOUZ haven't put up too much of a fight. Torji with 11, frozen with 10. There's been a few shots they've been hitting, but otherwise, this is their map choice. There's nothing to write home about. They're being absolutely drubbed. But if we're going to continue the Vitality story about them being a contender here, this is the type of Counter-Strike you want to see when there's stakes, right? When there's something on the line. Get yourself through. I mentioned it before. Keep it as clean as you like. Don't show many maps. Keep what you're doing in practice to yourself, so that by the time you get into those harder matches against the bigger names, that you're able to unleash some of that fury. And if you can, look, think about how much confidence you build as a team. You just steamrolled MOUZ, a squad that people are getting hyped about. It's like, well, this is a 16-3. We're really good.
And the confidence is relative to what you know you haven't shown as well.
Oh, true.
You know, like as you discussed, when you're running around and you're winning games like this against teams like this, you know, others are struggling against MOUZ. It's going to make feel very, very good because you know what you've got left in the tank should it be required or demanded of you.
Yeah, and this is where Vitality with the addition of flameZ, the conversation really starts to skyrocket, because it wasn't that Dupree couldn't have contributions before, but flameZ is the type of player, as ZywOo gets dinked on the UMP. He's going to go down. It is just light flak damage here. Specs will get one on the Mac 10, but look at the distribution of frags right now. 23 for Magisk, 18 for ZywOo, 15 for Spinks, and flameZ with 12. Oh, I love it. The banter's great here. HLTV stats, you're not going down, you know, not a death in the column, it's all good. Apex comes from the generation of player who didn't really care about stats. It's more about a team game. Things have changed in probably the last 5 years with so much conversation about rating and impact. Well, these help us quantify. It's not meant to make the players play the game differently, but for some people, it definitely does.
Yeah, well, especially considering how much, perhaps, I don't know, some orgs and their scouts read into
they
it as
incentivize
well.
that stuff too.
Yep, Torji onto Apex. That's a lovely start for MOUZ. Can they build upon it? This bonus has been repelled as Shui extends their lead for a moment. Spinks one back. Torji a glimpse of a retreating T, and it does look like they're rejigging this. Asking for a flashback. They won't keep the pressure on. Flash through. Magisk trying to set ZywOo into action. The impact to be tested as that pit side player.
Lots of pressure here. Defensive smoke at the ready from Torji here, but ZywOo might be closer than he's ready for. Pressure towards the young guard, the 16-year-old in the pit position. We saw what Magisk was able to do in the first half. We're going to need more of that as Torji, as I mentioned, not ready for this forward position. Gets info on the jiggle, blocks with the smoke, 55 seconds.
Smoke achieves quite a lot, though. You're not sure if you've got the time to fully investigate B. Now it is, of course, banana unoccupied. We're aware of that, but they'll have to go and get those answers.
But there's so many issues here. Just look at the defense. Frozen has no idea what's going on towards long, which means Torji has to worry about the wrap. Frozen only has the mid to B. All the pressure right now is on Exertion, who's on 54 points of health and only has a defensive smoke.
Oh, imagine if he'd have thrown that smoke out.
But they could contact up. They could smoke CT. Oh, Frozen cheating over just in time. The perfect bag of util. 20 seconds now. Well placed.
Volley lands. ZywOo gonna have to do an awful lot here. Exertion now aware. He'll throw out the divider smoke. That's gonna be a good one for delay, but ZywOo catches him, and they might still get in. Oh, I thought Frozen had done enough. And Exertion just gives them that one possible glimmer of hope by going down free plant.
We're about to be absolutely ragdolled here,
He's going to be so frustrated about that one.
Felt like we could be seeing a couple more out of MOUZ, or at least this one, but now, yeah, no kit, as you've highlighted. They're coming in. frozen, Yimpat coming in from Ruin's side. Magisk down. ZywOo here to close the round.
Just delay?
Yep. All onto one man, and frozen's there with him. So Torji and frozen do manage to, well, you know, no harm, no foul. They will recover, just about.
Look, they had to delay, what, about 5 or 6 seconds longer.
Even.
Not even. So Spinks has stayed alive in Banana instead of taking that duel. The same with ZywOo backside, they win the round. The game should be over. The game should be done right now. So a little bit overzealous there from Vitality. Sure, the scoreline's still sitting at 15-4. The way that one started, yeah, MOUZ, I think that would have really ruined the confidence even more going into the break between maps here. Shui and Torji opening up the account in the first gun rounds in the second half campaign for MOUZ on their map choice. And yeah, frozen understanding just how close that one was, and maybe, just maybe, it shouldn't have been their round. But with the plant, Vitality have more than enough money for yet another buy here.
Forward apartment setup. Posturing B. Exertion looking for this fight onto the Wu as Torji tested. Posted. Jiggled. Baited. Executed. Yimpat's dead. Torji holds on. A spectacular sequence. Off the AWP into the D. Keeps hold of the lead. At least a 3-on-3. Bombs moving in. frozen summoning Shui, or at least he's in float between the two sites. Will start to swing through as the util falls, but the spray from frozen good extends them into just a 2 players to find ZywOo, despite the low HP, hits the headshot.
No kit again here.
Planting through. No kit for the retake on MOUZ. Did it once, but they can do it again with Torji's help. He's starting to rack up frags. And a multi-kill round in back-to-back. There's the kit. No issues in taking their time. Oh! Okay. His 6th frag total. And now Apex can close it out for Vitality. Shui to clear him. And he holds on. He's going to like that one. As Apex quiet up until the close. Vitality are loud about this. This is a stomping 16-4. Just 20 rounds of play. Up against MOUZ on their map pick. That will be disheartening. And as you told me, Chad, their first loss.